Okay, we're recording. All right, so why don't, first of all, why don't you tell us your name and the name of your organization?
My name is Edem Dzidzenyio. The name of my organization is Hamlet of Hope.
And can you give us a little bit of a background on your previous work with NGOs, including the NGO that you currently work with?
Okay. I currently work with Development Solutions Center, which is an organization into agriculture and education. Most of our agricultural programs centered on livelihoods, and our education programs are geared towards capacity building. For Hamlet of Hope, for which I am the founder and the president, my time with Hamlet of Hope is on volunteer base, so I don't receive salary from Hamlet of Hope, but I work full-time for Development Solutions Center. The formation of Hamlet of Hope since 2009 was aimed at addressing the gaps that has been identified as a project coordinator for Development Solutions Center, both on the field and in practice.
And why do you think that your work for, or the organization of DSC, needs to be improved? Why create Hamlet of Hope, which is an organization that works on very similar things as your current organization?
Yeah, why create a Hamlet of Hope is to really get to the ground, go to the grassroots, be in touch with the ordinary farmer. That is the main aim of creating Hamlet of Hope.
And why can the DSC not do that?
Well, it's a management decision. They also have their philosophy. And if the philosophy is not geared towards that, I don't think I'm in position to really change their philosophy, because philosophy of Development Solutions Center was carefully thought about and crafted, and they know what they want to do.
And what is that philosophy?
Their philosophy is to liaise between donor organizations,
right,
to help them implement their projects. That's their philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is the philosophy of Hamlet of Hope?
The philosophy of Hamlet of Hope is to adopt a bottom-up approach to development, in the sense that Hamlet of Hope is going to really engage the locals from the communities through needs assessment and then project planning. Then when these are done, then Hamlet of Hope will use these project documents to look for funding and then go back to the communities and then support these communities in livelihood enhancement.
Can you give me an example of a project that Hamlet of Hope has worked on and where you implemented those philosophies?
Hamlet of Hope worked in Atikama in Akachi of the Volta region, where the people were taken through needs assessment, and what came up was the fact that during the year they have issues with meat challenge. There are issues with bushfires as a result of either trying to harvest honey from the wild or try to hunt for grass cutter from the wild. And in these processes, they all use open fire.
So they will create fires in order to hunt grass cutters or remove bees to collect honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with the needs assessment done by Hamlet of Hope went in handy to start on a pilot level a grass cutter project in Atikama, which is really gearing up towards success. Because as much as we know, we have a lot of births now, just after giving out the animals, and the indications are on the wall that the project is receiving a thumbs up.
And so, for this particular project, how many grass cutters did you initially give to the farmers, and also what kind of training did you give them?
20 grass cutters were given at the initial stage to the farmers. The farmers were trained in grass cutter management and production. They were trained in feed preparation. They were trained in how to handle the forage that they use in feeding the grass cutters, apart from the supplement, the feed supplement, which is being used occasionally to supplement the forage. They were also trained in bushfire prevention, because that is what really epitomized the move for this project. So they were trained in bushfire management and prevention. They were trained in domestic violence, and they were also trained in gender issues. A little was done in beekeeping for those who want to just also pilot it and move away from the traditional method of honey harvesting.
Right. And can you give us a little bit of a synopsis about Hamlet's views on creating sustainable livelihood for farmers involved in the project?
Okay. Hamlet sees development projects as projects that must be very sustainable. In the light of that, Hamlet do not only donate to farmers, but Hamlet donate and train farmers. Hamlet's projects run on the concept we call the revolving fund concept, a concept in which if you are given 3 grass cutters at the end of the year, or when your grass cutters produce offsprings, you are expected to give the same amount of grass cutter to another needy person in the community, which has been identified by the group, not an individual, and certified by Hamlet of Hope. Then this package goes to that person in a continuum to ensure sustainability of the project.
And what level of oversight do you, as Hamlet, give to this project in terms of making sure that grass cutters and funds are distributed in a way that makes sense?
We have a high level of oversight on our projects. In the immediate community, we have group executives who do the immediate oversight roles in the communities. We also have a field officer who is an district extension officer from MOFA, who also go around the communities to ensure that the right thing is done. Then myself, the founder, I do at times monthly or every 2 months, I do a visit to the project communities to go through the records to see how far we've gone in terms of animal production, how far we are going in terms of knowledge sharing. Because we believe that though they were given training on this enterprise, but by doing, they may come up with some challenges. And by coming up with these challenges, they will pose questions, and in really handling or addressing these questions, farmers get to learn more on the job than just listening. We believe learning is more effective by doing. Yeah.